Greetings, dear ladies. I am Kryon of Magnetic Service. My partner, he steps away. For years now, we have addressed the ladies of a specific group. And when the group started, it wasn't really truly understood or known where this particular organization might take itself. There is an evolution happening. And the evolution truly is that of the role of the woman in this new energy. Thanks to Mele'ha, there was the awareness of where it was going, or at least how it should begin and start. There was also a knowledge that she had of what we call akashic implantation, a new word that we are beginning to use, but one that the sisterhood knows all about. In a nutshell, in summary, the new energy on this planet is one that promotes the evolution of human consciousness. And as human consciousness begins to evolve, there are many awarenesses that also are remembered from the core teaching of Lemuria. How else would it occur, dear ones? When you start an evolution of consciousness, it's different from an evolution of biology, which would take many, many incarnations. Biology is that way. It takes a very, very long time to change from one thing to another, even if it's pushed there by the environment. But consciousness, it has to have some kind of text or well of remembrance, manuals perhaps, orality perhaps. It has to be drawn from somewhere. It cannot intuitively happen. And I want you to think about that. Higher consciousness is not something that simply occurs. So an evolving human species must then draw upon something it has already seen. And dear ones, enter Lemuria. For Lemuria is that launching pad of core truth that the Pleiadians provided for you. And it was imbued especially into that which is the female Akash. And the reason we have said before is because the woman is the one who carries the tools of shamanic teaching, period. That is what their role on the planet has been. It comes naturally, even as they teach their own children, with the patience they have, with all that the equipment they are known for in intuition. All of it is used specifically for teaching that which is spiritual. The mother is that which is the epitome of love, of compassion, of kindness, not dad. Dad has another whole set of attributes that are beautiful and wonderful for the child. But we've said it before, that when any adult gets in trouble, they go to mom. And so there are many things here that we begin to teach that perhaps are slightly different than before. One of them, I will say to you, is a metaphor around the ability to heal yourselves. Now, this truly falls into shamanic work. When those in any indigenous tribe turn to that which is a healer, it's the shaman in the tribe. And so many times, the shaman is there for sickness, there for all the things the tribe would need, not just for prophecy for the leader of the tribe, but quite often spending the night with those who are sick, meditating or calling into the spirit to help the one before them. That's what the shaman did. So you might say that shamanism is more than just the wisdom of core truth. It's also the tools of knowing what to do for others in trouble, especially for healing. There are those who've come for this very channel at this very time it's given. The subject is the violet flame. Violet flame, you might assign that to a saint, Saint Germain, and yet none of these things are truly as they seem. If you take apart the metaphors that are here, you find right away that the term violet flame goes along with a saint. Now, what is sainthood and what is required of sainthood in the organization where it's given? And the answer is a proven miracle. So right away, you have a term that belongs to an entity that does miracles. So it's a miraculous attribute, isn't it? Or it would seem like it. What is spontaneous remission to you today? It's a miracle. Are you starting to draw the A to B dots? Violet flame. Let's look at flame. Flame is another word for light. Where there is a flame, there is light. And there's no getting around it. Even if you cover the flame still creates light within the covering. So therefore, you must look at it completely. Anything that is a flame is light. What is light to you, dear ones? It is awareness. It is beauty. It is love. It is a metaphor for coming out of the dark. Light. Violet is a color used almost exclusively on this planet for royalty. So you would have the idea of royal light. What is royalty? Royalty speaks of a lineage, does it not? A blood lineage. So you would have royal blood lineage using light to create miracles. Are you following this? And who is that who can do that? Sisterhood. It is a shaman. A shaman long before saints who understood that their lineage of royalty could create light and healing. That's you. That's you. The ones who would invest in knowing themselves in this sisterhood would understand they have a lineage from Lemuria. You would call it a blood lineage. It is not. It's an akashic lineage. That is even more powerful. A blood lineage only goes so far. An akashic lineage goes all the way, from the very first star mother to now. And so many of you listening right now wonder why you're here, what you're born for. What if I told you you have a lineage of royalty coming from that place called Lemuria? Even if you were not there in the first or second or third times of Lemuria, even after Lemuria ceased to exist, you might have the same blood lineage from those who taught you, who came from there. So you don't even have to be from the original civilization to have that akash and that core information, the royalty of light that creates the miracle of healing. I invite you to think of these things and celebrate around this what I have given you, and also to remember every single term from history often means something else. There is a greater message, and it's not linear. It's so much bigger than you might think. Sisterhood, are you listening? So much bigger than you might think. I am Kryon, in love with humanity and you. And so it is.